First of all, Sloan, I know that you've, the latest album, of course, People in Motion, just came out a couple weeks ago. And I'm presuming, like your other releases, you've done the lion's share of that kind of stuff on your own, like the music and the production and things like that? Or did it change up a little bit?
No, not necessarily. I still made this entire record by myself in a studio in a spare bedroom in my house.
Nice.
I produced it and wrote it and recorded it. And I had finished the record and finished mixing it. And then kind of for the sake of time, but also me being a fan, Rich Costi helped co-mix it. And
nice.
Rich, he's done like, he did like all the Muse stuff, and he did Modern Vampires of the City, Vampire Weekend's record.
Yes,
it's one of my favorite albums. So I was like, yeah, I'll have him check out the album, and it was fun. It was a really good experience.
So how exactly did you find these three guys to take you out on tour then?
Oh, yeah. Well, these are my best friends. Yeah, we all just hang out. It feels like a big road trip.
Nice.
Nori I met through a friend we have in a band called White Reaper. I don't know if you guys know them. Hunter, he's the guitarist. We met through Hunter. Brady, how did we meet? At a coffee shop. Yeah,
Coffee shop in Austin,
Brady was
right.
wearing a motorcycle helmet as we met. And Colin, we just met at another like backyard show in college.
Nice.
Before I dropped out. So.
Yeah. I was about to ask you how college was going. It was UT in Austin, right?
Yes.
So it's not. So it's not going essentially.
Oh no, it ended 4 years ago, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, my freshman year. Kind of what happened was like I released Fuzzy Brain from my dorm room first week of college, like during the orientation stuff.
Sure.
And I released it and kind of was like doing shows in backyards and stuff and fun things. And South by Southwest came around, and there's kind of like some traction online for Can I Call You Tonight and Hot Rod. And they just kind of started gaining traction. And then like managers and labels found my school email. So like sloanstruble.edu. So as much like I had to respond to these emails, I also had to respond to schoolwork. So it was like I just had to make a choice because it wasn't stopping. So.
How tough of a choice was it for you personally to make, though? You're like,
not tough. No.
Really?
I mean,
okay.
No, I was a marketing student, and I knew I wanted to do this. And, it was just a good opportunity. I was kind of afraid to tell my parents at first, I guess. But my dad was like, yeah, you should probably drop out. So.
Your dad encouraged you to drop out of college.
He said those words. So it was fun. Okay. Yeah.
You mentioned, Fuzzy Brain, of course, which is the first full-length album from you. I understand that you were also working on those tracks while you were still in high school as well. Sort of a self-taught musician, if you will.
Yes. I grew up in a small town called Aledo, and there wasn't really much of a music scene around me. But I mean, there's the internet, so it's like a whole other thing. And I just found bands that I liked on the internet and stuff, and I just assumed growing up that like the lead singer would have input on how the bass was mixed in an album. I just assumed that's how music was made.
Sure.
And so I kind of just taught myself how to do everything because I thought that's how people did it. I didn't know. Yeah.
It seems to me it hasn't been that long of a time between the most recent album, People in Motion, and Harmony House before that. The tracks on the most recent album, were those some that you had completed sort of during lockdown or even before that and decided to hold on to and release later on? How did that work exactly?
Yeah, there were some bare bones of ideas. Like I had some songs kind of written, but not really. And with both Harmony House and Fuzzy Brain, I put out without really getting to play live that much. Like I had done a couple shows, but People in Motion really came out of the ability to play live and finally like get to meet fans and see like what Dayglow about, because you can't really know what you're doing until you see how people are receiving it.
Sure.
And so People in Motion, I got that context, which is really nice, and it's kind of how this album was made.
That's great. You mentioned before you played the Roseland last time you were here in town, playing a sold-out show tonight once again at the Roseland. Super exciting. So you're no stranger to Portland, and you know that Portland and Austin kind of have this friendly, maybe not so friendly rivalry kind of going on.
Yeah.
Is there anything about our city that reminds you of where you're living now? Any similarities? Any stark differences?
It's definitely similar. Like, with every city, I'm sure there's like lots of different vibes going on in different areas. And so I think that's similar in Portland and Austin, that there's like lots of different scenes. But I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit colder here.
Well, finally.
But Austin's like a little too hot, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Both are great cities.
They are.
Good people in both.
Excellent, excellent. I understand, and I saw this on your Instagram, so please correct me if I'm wrong. You have a certain four-legged furry friend out on tour with you.
Yeah, his name's Nori. No, I'm kidding. It's my dog Benny. Yes.
Not many. The rim shot, awesome.
Yeah.
Not many people bring their dogs with them out on tour.
Yeah, definitely.
Is
And
Benny cool with
he's
it?
He's a 7-month-old puppy.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of time outside, getting him to poop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he here today, or is he over at?
He's not here
He's at the
today,
venue.
unfortunately.
Okay. That's good because we have a strict no dogs in our studio room.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
No,
well,
not really.
Okay.
I'm making that up. Sorry. You could have totally bought Benny if you wanted to.
Okay. Next time.
Right. Excellent. Well, you know what? I'll let you guys get back to it. But once again, let's hear it for Dayglow, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.